Hey everyone, Max Keller here, Save Your Home Buyers, Save Your Publishing House. You might have seen some of my other videos, and I want to speak real quickly about a topic that's on a lot of folks' minds right now, and it's feeling like you're interviewing for deals. Now, kind of depends on where you live, obviously, but in most markets, it's still a seller's market. And a lot of folks here, I live in the DFW area, they're getting a lot of mail and they're getting a lot of offers, and they feel like, hey, I've got something that you want. You want my house, and so if you want this, then you're gonna have to pay me for it. And so the leverage is like really shifted, and that's a huge problem, because if you don't have any, as real estate investors, we use leverage in our business. And what's the point of financial leverage if you don't have enough leverage to actually take down the deals, and you don't want the motivated seller just calling all the shots. So one of the ways that we've gotten around that and really switched the whole paradigm is by focusing on being the educator and the advocate and the authority and the expert. So instead of us just being mixed in with the pile, going and interviewing and saying, oh, please pick me. So instead of doing that, it's like people ask to work with us. So I'll give you a perfect example. We had a young lady that gave us a call, and she was kind of doing the normal motivated seller talk. Hey, yeah, I got your info. Can you come over and buy my house? And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Hold on just a minute. And she wanted me to come over right then. And it's like, no, we don't play that game anymore. And I said, well, hold on just a minute. Have you gotten a copy of our book yet? She's like, your book? Oh, no, I didn't. What, do you have a book? I'm like, yeah. I go, yeah, here's the deal. I said, we wrote the step-by-step senior housing guide. But chapter 3 it's for anybody, and it's all the ways to sell your home, pros and cons of each. We actually created a pocketbook that some of our investors license, and they use it for this purpose. Because being pre-sold when you walk in to the appointments is key. And so we have our sellers read this. So if I send you a copy of the book autographed before I come over, would you read chapter 3 before I came over? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And I go, and here's the deal. If you decide that after you read chapter 3 that you don't want to sell your house anymore, there's no problem. Just give us a call, and we won't come over. And we don't have to waste your time, waste our time. And she's like, okay. And so we have a courier take the book over to the motivated seller's house before we go over there. And the benefit of that is they read chapter 3, which is actually legitimate. They need to know, should they use a realtor? Should they fix it up and use a realtor? Or should they sell to us? Because there's pros and cons to each. And we found that if we go over to somebody's house and we're trying to sell them on us and why they should pick us and why they shouldn't pick other people, it doesn't work nearly as well as just saying, hey, these are your options, just pick from one of those. Some of them we do, some of them we don't. And these are the same book systems that our students license, and that's why they're having success with it. It just kind of makes sense. People want choices. But what's cool is if we say you only have to read chapter 3, what do you think they do to the other chapters? They read them, right? And so essentially they're investing 5-6 hours reading our book before we even come over, and they're like, oh man, this guy, he wrote the book. This is amazing. These are the same questions that I have. So we give them that knowledge, we give them that education. And so by the time we get over there, they already know us. They already know, like, and trust us. They've already spent 5-6 hours with us before we even came over. And so now we're not reeking of desperation. They're following our program. And it's not to be disrespectful. It's because, it's respectful. We know what we're doing. We do this for a living, and we're going to listen to them and help them. And it's been a great way to lower the resistance to my offers and lower the total amount of competition. Nowadays I rarely buy houses where there's other people involved in it, because why would somebody work with somebody else when they already have the person who wrote the book on the niche that I'm focused on? So those are just some things to consider. God, I need to exercise more, I'm out of breath. Those are some things to consider, is that if you're feel like it's reeking of desperation and you're not, you're interviewing for deals and, it's like hope estate, it's not real estate, then look at how you're positioned and see what you can do about that. And if you position as, the educator or, the advocate and the expert in your area, you won't even have to make the decision. The motivated seller will figure it out on their own. So that's what's working for us, and I hope that helps. Bye.